loads of other movies, but nobody cares.
Ocean Drives films with Eclipse Dine-In Cinemas Bundoran. Now serving pizza, hot dogs, ice cream and more. To your seat. Find out more at Eclipse.
Well, if I said this was the most exciting day in cinema for the year, I mightn't be too far out of bounds. Would I be? Our man at the movies, Collie, would you agree?
I think it just might be. Although in some ways, yesterday was the really mental day for people like me because it was all about preparing. And as well, we had our big Bundoran premiere of Under the Kitchen Sink made by a local man, over 250 people last night. And that was brilliant. But
Fantastic.
what we had to do is get ready for Barbenheimer. It's the big cinema day. It is one of the busiest cinema days in years. Like usually it's all worldwide that both these movies are coming out, and even more unusually is that both movie companies are very happy about it. They're promoting each other because they think what's good for cinema is good for everyone, and that is true. But yesterday, to get ready for it, was my day. 8 a.m. Oppenheimer, 11 o'clock. Obviously, support the girls in green. Come on, Ireland, and then Under the Kitchen Sink, and then Barbie at midnight last night because it didn't open till then. So what a mental day. Today, there's hundreds of people in the cinema, Seamie. Yes, this is more relaxed today for me. But I think we're going to start with Barbie, are we? So
are we going to start with Barbie?
Yeah, let's start with Barbie. Seeing as we're a wee bit dressed up.
Yes, check out the video, folks. Yeah. I love your wig, by the way. I love your wig.
This is my natural hair. It's usually a bald cap.
I see that.
Yeah. So we see if you get a flavor of Barbie from this. Although you probably won't.
Hey Barbie, can I come to your house tonight?
Sure. I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
You can find me under the lights, diamonds under my eyes.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever. So is yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now until forever. Do you guys ever think about dying?
But there, because that's the start of you finish the story. Go on.
Yeah, well, it's even hard to mention. So the basic premise is Barbie lives a Barbie world. Everything is perfect. And there's some very funny bits at the start. They're saying, they wonder what the real world is like, but everyone must be very grateful because the Barbies have solved all problems for women all over the world. So they're saying if they ever went to the real world, presumably women would hug them and say, thank you for solving all the problems. Everything is perfect. And then all of a sudden, Margot Robbie, who plays stereotypical Barbie, suddenly starts getting sad and doesn't know what's going on. And it leads to all these adventures. I don't know what I thought this movie was, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It is suitable for children, but it's not a kids movie. And I would think maybe under 7s or 8, they love the outfits, they love the gear, but some of the jokes might be lost on them. Barbie goes into the real world and suddenly finds the real world is nothing like Barbie world. Yet Ken goes in and discovers someone like Ken, like a good-looking fella who doesn't have a lot going on upstairs. He is made for the real world. He's going to fit in just perfectly. And then all these different things happen. Sometimes it's a bit advert for Mattel and Barbie. Sometimes it's absolute outright satire. And the last 40 minutes, I roared laughing out loud. There were so many good jokes. There's a joke about NSYNC that I absolutely killed myself laughing at. But I was also thinking, how many people under 30 will get the NSYNC joke? It is spectacular looking, and you can tell, like the next movie we're going to talk about, where they built the sets. Both these movies, that's something special about them. One is a satire in a world of pink and plastic, but they actually built the physical things. They didn't use computers, and it looks all the better for it. And then they go into the real world, and of course Barbie and Ken are wearing their Barbie and Ken clothes in the real world, and everyone's just looking at them going, what? Margot Robbie is so good in this. But it's probably Ryan Gosling's Ken, because I'm telling you, we're going to talk about serious actors and serious Oscar stuff, but to play that dumb, play the straight man that well, that's a hell of an acting job as well. Sometimes we've talked about it before. It's easy to be miserable. I thought he was brilliant. It was weird. I think when I watch it again, I'll get so much more out of it. It is funny. It is odd. People who like pretty sparkly things will like it. People who hate Barbie will like it. I think, yeah. I think if you're one of those people who listens to those podcasts where men tell you that all your problems could be solved if women had it worse, you're not going to like it. They're the only people who won't like it. But everyone else, it's funny. It's really clever. And it's stupid in a way. Only really clever people can be, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Kind of like Monty Python. It takes really clever people to write something that's sort of silly and dumb, yet there's a point to it. I was really impressed with it. And I was watching it, as I said, I finished at 2 a.m. this morning watching it. So I'm not sure I was in the best headspace. It looks spectacular. I think it's inevitable we'll get a Barbie 2, which the only thing is kind of disappoints me because it's so weird and outrageous. I don't want it to become just the norm. I think people are going to love it. The early reports are people are really enjoying it. And I think people are surprised by what they're enjoying about it. It's lots of mammies bringing daughters, and I think the mammies are really getting more out of it. And we definitely had the first reports of men going in going, yeah, I was dragged to see it, but I quite liked it, actually. It's loads of fun. I can't wait to hear people think about it. I think some people, it's that odd. Some people won't like it, but I think if you just throw yourself into the world, don't think too hard about it. Let it wash over you, and it's spectacular. It is so much fun, and it's great to see something living up to the hype. Seriously, there's been about 700 people just in our little small cinema in Bundoran. About 700 people have gone to see it today, which is amazing numbers in July. Amazing. I know it's a rainy day and everything, but it's an amazing first day. 2 thumbs up. Absolutely recommend it.
Okay, that's Barbie. It's open. It's available now. Right. This is the big movie, and Christopher Nolan, he's back with Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I'm back, and maybe better than ever. This is really good. And as I'm saying, I was going to say, talk about a total change of mood. And in some ways, yes, but it's the other thing of what you're doing is getting a really interesting filmmaker. In the Barbie movie, it's Greta Gerwig, and with Christopher Nolan, it's Oppenheimer, and give them, it's an interesting story, and it's based on a book, but I think somebody else would have told it in a much more normal manner. And Greta Gerwig told Barbie in this odd way, and Nolan puts his own style in it. The way the different time zones with different photography, different framing. The actors are just so good, and both movies have absolutely brilliant actors in tiny, tiny roles who obviously said, I just want to be part of this movie. I'm going to do this because who it is. Cillian Murphy is always good, but I don't think he's ever been better. It's such an interesting role about Oppenheimer, who was, he is the stereotypical brilliant scientist in one part of his life, an absolute train wreck of a man in another part of his life. All the people in it are odd because real people are odd. And if they wrote a Hollywood version of this story, his wife would be this sort of person, and his girlfriend would have been this sort of person, and his mentor would this, but they're not, because they're humans and they're real. And it's over 3 hours long, and you do not feel it at all. It feels like an hour and a half because you're so engrossed in their life. And as a matter of fact, all these side characters, you think, I would watch a whole movie about some of the people who are only in 15 minutes, because that's how interesting they are. It obviously looks spectacular. That won't surprise you. But I think it is one of the best movies I've seen this year as well. It's hooked me. I watched this, as I said, yesterday morning, and I've already listened to 2 podcasts about Oppenheimer since. It's so interesting. And the conflict, do you make the ultimate weapon? Knowing that people are going to die, but also thinking, if we don't make it, the worst people in the world, the Nazis, are going to make it. What is the right choice? That's a terrible choice for anyone to make. How do you put that on in a movie as entertainment? And I'm making it sound like dreary and dull and depressing.
Folks, this is a true story. This is what happened. Pretty much.
But it's so entertaining. It's edge of your seat stuff, even though it's about the most serious thing in the world, like weapons of mass destruction. And you will think of things today and important things, but yet it's still interesting, and it's funny, and it looks brilliant. And There's very rare it's a 3-hour movie that I say I cannot wait to see again, and I cannot wait to see this again, and I think I'll learn more about it. Absolutely, I think this might be the best day for just for me. The two 5-star movies, even though Barbie, as I said, wasn't the movie I thought it was going to be, and it's weird, but I loved it, and I loved this too. What a time for cinema. And I suppose, look, I would say this anyway, but Jamie, I know you're going to see these movies, and you're going to say the same thing. These are movies made for the big screen. We've had 3 weeks of it. We had Mission Impossible, and now these two, and you just go, this is what cinema is about. And they're so different. 3 so different movies. We go, this is cinema. This, Netflix are brilliant, but they could never do this. This is just something about sitting in a room with a load of people watching this, and it's fascinating. I loved it. I know we're way over time. Sorry, but it's so good. And you know what's even weirder? It's in the busiest day of the year so far in the cinema. And I know in about 6 weeks' time, we'll be going to go, and Mr. Monday is Oppenheimer, and Mr. Monday is Barbie, and then all the hype will be over. But don't forget
seriously,
how good they are.
Yeah. How long do you think they'll stick around? We're talking weeks.
Oh, I think they could still be in this cinema by October.
What?
I think they're that good. Yeah. There won't be every week. There won't be every week, but I think people are going to. Yeah. And I have a feeling like there'll be a Barbie day. It'll be shown again every year, July 21st, maybe every year, because it's so much fun.
You get all your friends and you do a Barbie night.
Yeah. People are, like Mamma Mia. It's going to come back. Even though, again, a very different sort of movie, but I think people are going to love it. I can't wait to hear what people think. I can't wait.
I just want to put into the film score, the songs. The music is fantastic in it. Yeah. I was looking at the music; it was fantastic. I went. Oh, but you're tapping your feet. A lot of great people will be. Yeah, and you're tapping your feet the whole time, and you just can't have to go. And you're going, would I look good in pink dungarees? The answer is no. I would not. But you can't help but be swept up on it. And and the same thing, the score, I have to say, the score in Oppenheimer too, the sort of impending doom, and when the bomb goes off, it's just fascinating. You love it. I can't wait for you to see both of them and give us a report. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope to be down Tuesday night or Wednesday night to see that. Now, that is the movies this week. It doesn't get any bigger than that. That's Barbie, the big release, and Oppenheimer. And Collie, have a good week at the movies. And thanks a million for that. Hey, check us out on video, folks. We're looking good today. We are indeed.
We're looking good. We look good every day, but I think we look a little bit.
We're looking exceptionally good today, and we're way over time. Yeah, that's Collie on the movies and all at Eclipse Cinemas. Thanks a lot.
Bye.